We've got some email questions regarding this particular day. Laura says, Pat, it's Valentine's Day. I want to know how you met your wife and what's your secret to a long and loving marriage?
Well, I was in law school. She was in nursing school at Yale, taking a graduate course there, and they had a mixer in the nursing school, and they invited the law students to come over, and she was being pursued by an extraordinarily unattractive soul, and she ran over to the punch bowl.
Be nice. You said you were going to be nice today.
Honest is better than nice. Anyhow, I went over there to her, and she had gotten so close to get away from this guy that her hair caught on fire. And from
this is the truth. I've heard her tell this story.
And, so I helped put the fire out.
And if Dee Dee was here, she would say it started a fire in her heart.
Oh, yeah, but she's so poetic. I mean, come on.
Be nice. You have to go home today.
I just think you got to be honest. I mean, we're pretty honest about stuff, and you know.
Well, what's your secret to a long and happy marriage?
Well, that's the secret, being honest.
Light her hair on fire and then put it out.
Well, yeah, but later on down the road, you're honest, and you don't play games.
Well, you guys have a very deep friendship with each other,
really
as well
do.
as a
She's
marriage.
Sweet. She's nice. You know, the thing that we do have that's very special is she hears from God, and I hear from God. And so if I have a big decision, I say, dear, let's pray together. And so she gets a Bible, I get a Bible, and we start praying. And we ask the Lord to give us an appropriate word from the Bible. So she gets a word, I get a word. I say, what did he show you? So she opens the Bible and says, here, and here's what I have. And it's so amazing how these things coincide.
Yeah.
So it really is a unifying thing.
Seeking the Lord together, that's important.
It really is.
It is. This is Lauren who says, Pat, is it wrong to pray about finding love? I've been praying for a long, long time, but no such luck. I get envious of my family and friends when Valentine's Day and birthdays roll around. Does God even care about silly things like that?
Of course he cares about it, but I tell you, you read the Bible, I hate to be an old spoiled sport, but this business about romantic love is something that comes out of romance novels and comes out of Hollywood.
And Hallmark.
And Hallmark, yeah. I mean, there's a respect that comes, there's shared obligations that come, there's building a future and a family that come, and all these things bring about what you would call a deep-seated emotional bond between two people. But this whole business about, you know, well, I want to have bells ringing and, you know, angels singing and birds chirping and all that stuff. I mean, hey, if you got it, good for you, but there's nothing in the Bible about it.
Right. He's very pragmatic. Okay. Anna says, Pat, I have a question for you. This is great. Will I get married this year? Hopefully you have a prophetic word for me.
I haven't a clue, honey. I wish you the best, but I can't say that. I am not a psychic. I can't tell you.
We will not hold you to that one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is Alicia who says, Pat, my husband cheated on me 4 times during our 5-year marriage. We separated for a while, but I allowed him back. Now that I told him he could come home, he thinks he can do whatever he wants. We have a 4-year-old, and I really love this man. What should I do?
Oh, dear Lord. He's not going to change, I don't think. Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he's unrepentant, and you just open yourself to more heartache and grief. That is the biblical standard, in a sense, for divorce. It's infidelity and multiple serial adultery. He apparently is going to keep on doing it. Now, if you want to say, well, I'm going to have a marriage, and I know my husband's going to cheat on me, so I'm going to accept that, and just because I, quote, love him. Yeah, well, what if he starts beating you up? I've heard that, too. You know, well, I just love him, and he beat me up, but...
You know, not only that, when someone has that much infidelity going on, there's also the potential to physically get some kind of an
disease.
STD.
You said it, I was thinking it.
Yeah.
Well, we had a story about a guy that brought AIDS into the household, infected his wife. She wound up dying of AIDS. It's not cool. In today's environment, there is so much sexually transmitted disease. So, go get yourself somebody who's faithful.
Who loves you and loves your 4-year-old enough to be
both
faithful.
those things.
Okay, this is, I think you say this Kazia. She says, my boyfriend broke up with me. At one point, we were even engaged. He told me I didn't do anything wrong, but if that's true, I'm trying to understand why he left me. I'm still in love with him. I continue to pray and ask God to reunite us. Why isn't God answering my prayers?
Because maybe the young man doesn't love you. You know, there has to be some kind of a spark, some kind of an emotional attachment, something. And, you know, people just fall apart. There may have been an emotional attachment. You didn't tell us what you all did, whether there was sex involved or anything. But a lot of times these young men, their only thing they're thinking about is a sexual relationship, and having had that, then they are not interested anymore.
Well, also, she said, why doesn't God answer my prayers? Do you think sometimes we're like that? We treat God almost like Santa Claus, like, here's my wish list, and why aren't you giving me what I want?
God's not going to override somebody else's will, and it may be that this guy isn't right for you to begin with. But go back and think about it. Were you committing fornication in your relationship? You were not married and you were having sex together. And all of a sudden this guy says, hey, I'm out of here, you know, leave off the Keeley and all that stuff. And he's out. He's, you know, so he's gone. So let him go and get somebody else. And next time, get married.
Yeah.
All right?
That's all the time we've got for those questions today.
Totally tramped on everybody's heartstrings.
Yes, Cupid, you have.
Have I been cynical?
Well,
non-romantic.
He's going to work on nice a little bit.
Thank you, Dick. I'll be real nice the rest of the program.
Good,
I promise.
good. We're going to hold you to that.